Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, today we're going to be talking about the one and only XCN coin, right? Well, some people pronounce it differently, but I just always like using the abbreviation. But yeah, we are going to be talking about this coin as there was some requests. Now, I'm not sure how often I'll be covering it. Depends on the support, depends how much you guys care, and etc. But look, right? I've done some research into this token. I'm going to read out certain things that I have made in bullet point form. And then we're going to go on to the technical analysis because I do find it very, very interesting. And there are actually going to be some good prime buying opportunity zones. So yeah, let's just jump right into this. Okay. So pretty much what is this coin, right? It serves as both a utility token for transactions and a governance token, allowing holders to vote on protocol decisions, right? It is an Ethereum token, which is absolutely amazing. It is layer 3 blockchain, operates on layer 3, leveraging Arbitrum's roll-up technology for enhanced scalability and efficiency. Okay, now I have some of the key features here. So we're going to go over two of them, and then we are going to go over the technical analysis. So we can see decentralized lending and borrowing, right? Users can lend and borrow various digital assets, including NFTs, through smart contracts. We also have the staking rewards. Holders can stake XCN to earn rewards and participate in securing the network. Okay, so this is what we love to see. We also have the enterprise focus, which is the platform is designed to support large-scale financial applications, offering tools for businesses to build and deploy blockchain-based solutions. So yeah, so it's pretty solid, right? It is pretty solid. There was a very, very huge pump back in the middle of January, all the way up until the end of January. And then we can see we had a big correction. But then, ladies and gentlemen, we had a break of structure. We're going sideways again, and now we're selling off. So the question is, where are we going to end up? Well, there's a few things that I am looking at. First of all, I do believe that Bitcoin is going to be going up over the next week or so. I still believe Bitcoin is going to be recovering, right? If we go and look at Bitcoin, yes, Bitcoin is in a downtrend currently, but I do believe this is going to break, and then we are going to start going up very, very quickly because of global liquidity. So if that's the case, that means this coin is set to do decent sooner than later, right? But still, I do think there's still some more downside before we go to the upside. So we can see, right? When this coin did have a huge pump in the middle of January, we had a correction up until this point somewhere roughly over here. Now, here's the thing with these markets, right? It doesn't always have to correct and fill all the imbalance right away, right? That is just how the markets work. It doesn't always have to get fully corrected. So I think something similar is going to happen, right? I do think this part over here is probably not going to get corrected. We most likely will be going into something like this, into this zone. So I think, roughly around 12 to 13 cents is going to be the prime opportunity. We can see historically, right, when this coin has had some kind of decent pumps and accumulation, which the context is a little bit different because this is during, more of the bear season. But right, when we take it from the lows to the relevant high, we did correct to 88%, right? Buying between the 78 to 88% was very nice and optimal. Now, here's the thing. If we take it from the last relevant pump to the top, go like this, go down here, we can see already at one point, we did correct 88%, which is why I don't believe we're going to go back down over here, right? Fundamentally, yes, this would be very, very nice, but because of the timing of the markets, I don't think it's going to necessarily play out, okay? Especially that we did have a break of structure to the upside, right? We have a break of structure to the upside. I believe this is manipulation and accumulation, right? Over here, we're going to go down lower, then we're going to go like this, and then we are going to start moving to the upside, okay? That's what I truly do believe. Now, here's the thing, right? We corrected around 88% from this top down here when we take this bottom. Now, if we do something very, very similar from here to here, we can see, right? I do believe there is more room for a correction, which would be perfect and would line up with where, we are looking to buy, right? It was somewhere around this zone. So there's multiple ways I look at this, right? I know some people were looking at this coin breaking out because it had something like this, right? It was going like this, but they didn't look at the context of the market, which is why people are getting wrecked. So I do think overall this coin has probably like 10 to 15%, maybe, yeah, 20% downside before we do start going up. So if I were you, right, obviously not a financial advisor, I would start looking to probably start dollar cost averaging, once we get to 12 to 13 cents. Obviously, getting it for maybe under 12 would be nice too. But you got to remember, you don't have to be super, super nitpicky and stingy when it comes to these prices because, ladies and gentlemen, the timing is very, very limited. Okay. The timing is very, very limited and it's not the same as it was before. Okay. And again, if you're new to this channel, let me just show you, right? If we take global liquidity, boom, do this, we go like this, change the color very quickly, right? If you guys don't know, this is a very, very nice indicator that with specific settings I have that can show us possible insights to the future. So we can see when the global liquidity was here on the top, we take it to the last candle, it was 91 days before sold off, right? Then we take it from the bottom to the last bottom, it was 91 days before it went back up. And we can see we are somewhere over here. So if we take the bottom of this and go 91 days, the last sell candle was last week. This week is still not done, and I still believe there's a good chance we can flip bullish, but we can see, right? By the time we even hit this tippy top, if we click it from here to here, next week, we should be very, very bullish at the bare minimum. So I expect these markets to continue to go up, right? Which is why I think this coin, yes, it still has a little bit of downwards movement, probably like 10% on the more conservative, realistic side. But ultimately, I do think it is going to flip because Bitcoin is going to be looking to start creating new all-time highs and start really, really pumping. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to join the stream at 7 p.m. Eastern today, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye. Portfolio reviews, economic and global updates and news, frequent up-to-date technical analysis, and a very supportive community. Sell and buy calls and trading education is provided. If that sounds good to you, now is the time to act. Once the markets start moving, there is no I should have, coulda, woulda. Now is the time. If you want to take things to another level, we have the blueprint that covers everything from A to Z in crypto that you need. No fluff, no bullshit, just the most important news, fundamentals, and technicals to have you succeed in these markets.